Dear students, let us see the concept of thrashing and what it is exactly. What is thrashing? Thrashing is called as an high paging activity. What is this high paging activity? What it means? See, what we do is my main memory is small and the other processes uh, other than which are placed in main memory are in secondary memory. So processor asks for a particular information which is not there in main memory, and what OS does, operating system will go to secondary memory and place that particular information in main memory, and then processor takes it and uses it and completes the work. The idea behind multi-programming is nothing but to increase or to make sure my CPU is utilized in a better way or an efficient way. So let us concentrate on this diagram, then it will be more clear what is thrashing and why it is happens. See here, during y-axis what we have CPU utilization, and this axis we have degree of multi-programming. What we used to do usually is to utilize my CPU in a more efficient way. We go on increasing the multi-programming. That means earlier we start with processes, say for example 2 processes. My main memory is same. Then to increase the CPU utilization I added one more process, then one more process. Like this, my main memory remains same, but I keep on adding what you call as the number of processes to increase the utilization of the CPU. Here you can see the curve. What is happening is when we go on doing this multi-programming, the curve will go high, and there is a point wherein it starts dipping down and comes to a standstill, or it will become flatten here. So this transition from where my CPU utilization comes down is called as thrashing. So thrashing, what is the problem happened here is my CPU is spending much of its time in swapping in and swapping out of the frames, or you can say processes, which will not what you call as for which it is not designed. For example, CPU is not designed for swapping in and swapping out. It is designed to process the information available and get the work done. I hope it is clear. High paging means my processor is spending much of time in paging. That means swapping in, swapping out of the processes or frames from the secondary memory to the main memory. So that has started happening here because I kept on adding processes, but my main memory is small and I can't have all frames in main memory. So CPU is bound to ask for information which is not there, and due to which lot of my time will be wasted. Again, the idea behind going for multi-programming will fail here. It is not increasing my utilization of CPU exactly, but it is reducing my CPU utilization. So I hope it is clear what is thrashing and why it happens. It happens because of the high degree of paging activity being performed in a system. Now we know that thrashing is a thing which we don't want to have it in my system. Okay, thrashing again reduces my CPU utilization. So how to make sure that there is less thrashing or no thrashing at all? There are two techniques. One of them is working with an working set model. So let us concentrate on this diagram first. So it is defined by the delta symbol delta. So it is called as working set model. This is page reference table. I repeat, this is a page reference table. It is not the reference string which we were using in algorithms. Got my point? Page reference table means it is happening in a CPU actually. Say for example, these are the from here time t1 we have taken up to this, that is 10. So what has happened is page number 26157771 has taken. So we we combine this and we say delta period of delta, for a period of delta time t1 1 2 5 6 7. That means we can allocate for these 10 page numbers only how many frames, 1 2 3 4 5 instead of 10 frames. Okay, now here you can see at time t2 what has happened with the same concept. It has changed to 3 3 4 4 4 3 4 3 4 4 4. Okay, like this. So at time t2 for a delta period what has happened, it has changed. So we have only 2 frames, 3 and 4. That means instead of these 10 we can have or allocate only 2 frames. Getting my point? At time t1 during 10 reference table, page reference table, 10 page frames can be replaced by 5. In time t2 it is what we call as 2. So the working of working set model totally depends on the selection of this delta value. Okay, so what is this delta value? If this delta value is small enough, what will happen? If it is small value, current locality, all frames will not be taken care. I repeat, if it is too small, then it does not encompass all of the pages of the current locality, because working set model works on current locality. Okay, if it is small, then say for example my delta value here is 10. If I take 2, everything will not be added during this time period. So that is the reason it should not be too small. If it is too large, what will happen? Then it encompasses pages that are no longer being frequently accessed. That means if I make it as 100, what will happen? There are pages which are not being, or frames which are not being used in a frequent way. So that's what working set model success totally depends on the value of delta. So we have to choose in such a way that it should help us to reduce the thrashing effect. I hope working set model is clear now. We'll move to next one. So next one is my page fault frequency. Let us understand this with this particular diagram. Here during y-axis and x-axis what I have? Page fault rate as well as number of frames. So we should in page fault frequency, what has been done is the what you call as technique used is there is a upper bound and there is a lower bound. For example, here see you can see page fault rate is high here and it is low here. So if it is upper bound, that means during this period if page fault rate is high, what has to be done? Increase the number of frames. Because why page fault rate is high? Because CPU is not getting the frames which you want, and there is no space in memory also. So what we can do is we can increase the number of free frames if possible by taking from the other processes if possible. Okay, then if it is at lower bound, means there are no page faults or less page faults, what we can do is decrease the number of frames. For example, if process 1 has been given 10 frames and it is using only 5, then what we can do is, and what operating system can do is, these some of the frames from that particular process can be taken and if possible can be added to this, so that we can reduce the page fault ratio or page fault rate. I think it is clear. Okay, if it exceeds upper bound, we have to increase the number of frames. If it is exceeds lower bound, then we can decrease the number of frames, so that there will be less effect of thrashing in the system. So whether it is working set model or page fault frequency, both are good. Only thing is it all depends on the decision making. Usually the page fault frequency is more direct one than the working set model. I hope you understood the thrashing concept. For any queries you can contact. Thank you very much for watching.